If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Yeah. What's not to like about sweet potato pie? It's delicious.
The brothers love the sweet potato pie, but since I'm half, like I could go either way. I could go sweet potato on Thursday and I could go pumpkin on Friday, and I'm good. Like both sides of my ethnicities get satisfied.
You ever thought about making a half pie, like a half pumpkin, half sweet potato, just to represent that? That's you, B.
Oh, I mean, why not? I might have to try it. Ada, where you at? Ada, you make me a half pumpkin, half sweet potato pie?
She's back there.
Oh, okay, I see you, girl.
All right, let's talk about some serious football stuff, I guess, for a minute. Brian, obviously the 49ers, they got a pretty good defense. I think that's very aware. They got a lot of guys, and Justin Smith in particular, who is having sort of an all-world defensive player of the year type of season. How much do you know about the 49ers going in?
Being in the NFC, I actually know a lot about him. I know a lot about Justin Smith. Played on the past couple of years. He actually is a pretty good player, but I feel like he's been having a good year the past 2 or 3 years. And then you have Patrick Willis back there. I think their front seven is pretty good. The secondary, I really haven't got a chance to study yet, but they're a pretty good defense.
Oh, you didn't expect anything like this before the season, B.A. I mean, this was a team that could barely win games, and we're playing on Thanksgiving. Okay, great. The 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, it's like early in the season, even though Coach Harbaugh had always had this game, red line, throughout the whole season. Like we're like, okay, that's a win. Like you sit there and you pick out the teams. Like, okay, that's a win. That's a win.
Right.
And early on in the season,
been working for us.
And it's not working. Thank you. It is not working. Seattle, that's a win. No, it's not. But so like you saw that the 49ers, and me being from California, I grew up with the 49ers. I'm like 10-0. I've never lost to a California team. I take pride in that, So now it's like, okay, the challenge is really going to be tested. This will be the first time. I played against the Chargers, who are usually a pretty good team, and I haven't lost to the Chargers in my career. But now it's like this Niner team might be the best team that I played against. It's a California team in my career.
And Brian, based on that theory that you just mentioned, that you guys, this is a good team. You should do well against them, right?
We should. If everything goes the way it's supposed to.
That's the way it's worked this year. What is it, getting the win yesterday and really coming off of that? We talked last Monday. It was you guys were obviously disappointed with what happened out in Seattle. Getting the win yesterday, beating a team that is good, doing it without Ray Lewis, doing it with one of your best players on the sidelines. How much more does that help going into this game to be able to come off such a positive sort of experience like that?
Yeah, you can feel free to answer this question.
Well, I think, it's like every week we talk about building the momentum. It's like we'll get a couple wins and then we'll play an inferior team and we'll lose. And now it's like, now this is our chance. It's like, okay, we got to beat the Niners. Let's build on the momentum that we got last week, and let's right this thing. Let's go into the playoffs. Let's have home field advantage, because I know that's what everybody wants. So all you guys can come to a home game.
And that bye week.
And that bye week is so crucial.
It is.
And let's build on the momentum that we've been gaining, and now's the perfect opportunity to just settle this season in stone that okay, we're going to be a great team, and we got to do it. Every week is more important than the next. This week is more important than last week, but it pretty much is all going to start with the Niners.
The momentum and all those sorts of things, and wanting to continue to say each week we are as good as we think we are. That we are that type of football team. The confidence that you play with right now, and Brian, you've been on some good teams before, clearly, but have you seen a team that you look around and you say, there's no reason? I mean, just look around this locker room right now. There's no reason why we shouldn't be playing like the best team in football, right?
I definitely think so, and I look at the games we lost, and I feel like we still were in those games and just made a few mistakes here and there that we lost those games, and we still could have been in a position where we had a better record. But I look at it as still one of the best teams in the league.
Now, Brian, obviously yesterday one of the big things the offense was able to do was have that balance. I mean, very even split between run and pass. As a left tackle, what do you prefer doing? Are you someone that you love to run block and just maul someone, or are you someone pass protect?
When I first started out, I like pass protect. Now I'm into the point where I like run blocking and just knocking people over and taking out some of the fight in them. So when it comes time for the pass rush, it's a little worn out for me, run blocking all day. So that's what I like now.
As an offensive line, was it big for you guys to have that game where obviously last week in Seattle had some turnovers, took you out of the original game plan, but being able to really get going, get Ray Rice those touches, and then he busts a long one as the game goes on?
You definitely want to have those games where Ray Rice is getting a lot of touches, because actually if you look at the ones we lost, he wasn't really getting that many touches. So you don't want to make us a one-dimensional team, so we go out there and try to hit the run game, open up play action and things like that, throw some down the field, here and there.
Brian, is there any truth to the rumor that 2 Ray Rices could fit behind you?
Probably I can stack them on top of each other and be my height.
Right. It's just something that I heard floating around. I didn't know if it was true or not.
Probably.
It seems like it. Hey, both of you guys, we had Torrey out a couple weeks ago. Seeing this young man and the way his season has come together and the big catches and everything that he's been doing, and beyond just getting tackled down by his dreads, which I'm sure allowed you guys to have some fun with him yesterday. But seeing how he has progressed as a rookie, and he's really put himself in the category of like potential rookie of the year in the NFL. What has it meant to both of you? And I'll start with you because you're on the same side of the ball, Brian. What has it meant to see Torrey like that?
It means a lot for the offense. We try to give him confidence even when he doesn't catch the ball, because you can see him in the huddle sometimes. So we're like, just get over it.
Right.
We got to move on. That's in the past. You can't bring it back. So I feel like everybody around him helps bring his self-esteem up, and he's becoming more and more confident the more plays he makes.
And he's such a good dude, just a kid that it's easy to root for him because he's just such a good guy. He means well, everything he does. I assume that it's really fulfilling to see a young man like that succeed.
Yeah, after how we did in the preseason, we had a few drops, and there's a lot of naysayers and a lot of negative, press about, the type of player that he was. For him to go out there in St. Louis and do what he did against Pittsburgh, and then to do it again this week, it's just you're seeing the development of a dynamic, electric young player, and we didn't know we had a player like that per se, you know. And so to have a guy like that on your team, to know that you have that, you can throw one pass and potentially score a touchdown instead of having to march, and have 10, 20 play drives, but just to be able to change the game on one throw, one catch, it just makes your offense so much more dynamic. So, we're pleased to have such a great electrifying player like him. But, like I said earlier, it all starts with the front line, with these guys blocking. Without these guys blocking for a good player like that, he's just another guy because he's never going to get the ball.
Was it better for him that you guys didn't have a film session today so that they didn't have to see that whole dread thing again? Was that better? Was he going to get, really kind of...
What's funny is in the training room today, he showed me the play when he got pulled by dread, on his little iPad.
You didn't say to him something like, come on, man, clean that up or something like that?
No, but we had a play where one of our players tackled one of their players by his dreads and ripped him out, so they were just sitting there on the field.
Right.
So it's kind of weird. You usually don't see it at all, but for it to happen 2 times in one game and then to see a guy's dreads just chilling on the field, you're like, dang. Yeah, he left some DNA behind.
Very cool. Being at home, we'll finish the segment this way. We heard everybody talking about what a great home field advantage Seattle had and what a great home field advantage Pittsburgh had. And I heard a couple of you guys say last week, dude, we got a pretty good home field advantage here. I don't know if anybody realizes that. What did it mean just to be back home in front of the fans and to have them sort of revved up the way they were yesterday and knowing the way they're going to be on Thursday nights?
Well, it feels good because the fans provide a lot of energy in there. They get real loud when third down and everything. It's just a lot of more energy in there.
Yes, M&T is like the 12th man. You guys go crazy in there, and it changes. The offense has to go on a slower count, and they can't really function and do all the things they want to do. And then another big advantage we have is that this team has to fly, and they have to fly tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, we'll be in practice and we'll be at home. After practice, resting in our beds, they have to fly, and then what kind of practice are they going to have on Wednesday when they have to have their walkthrough and do all those things? So, we have a lot more time to heal and recover. So that's a big advantage. And then we got the 12th man. So we got all the advantages on Thursday.
Is it better to broil or fry a win on Friday? What's the preferred way to cook it?
Well, I like fried turkey, so I'll say fried.
Fry the win?
Yeah.
Fry the win? Fry the win? I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that. Give it up for these guys. Brian McKinney, Brendan Iambadejo. This is Monday Night Live. It's brought to you by the Baltimore.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.